Hi everybody, welcome back. Just want to give you an update on fundraising, training, and give you a little bit more of the backstory of why I'm engaging in this sort of insane quest to run the New York City Marathon. So first of all, thank you all who have donated so far. We raised in the first 24 hours that I put up the fundraising sites and posted on Facebook and LinkedIn. We raised over $750 for the Juvenile Diabetes Research Foundation. So that's awesome. We're about 15% of the way toward our goal of $5,240, which works out to $200 per mile of a 26.2-mile marathon. That's my goal. So I'll put a link to the donate button down below, or you may already be on the donate page or on my Facebook fundraising page, in which case you can just click the donate button. Appreciate anything you can help with. I'm asking for $10 per mile would be $262, or I do have one contributor who's given $250. So please consider that or whatever you can afford. $100, $150, $50. It all is super helpful. I was thinking about when how this showed up in our lives, how and one Christmas we all got sick, and the rest of us were recovering, and Lyra was not getting better. And about a week or 10 days later, she was at the point where she could barely sit up in bed or walk or anything. And so Yana took her to the doctors, and they said, we don't know what this is. They called an ambulance. The EMTs performed a glucose test and found that her glucose levels were, off the charts. And so they said, this looks like diabetes. We're going to take her to Wake Med Hospital on the east side of Raleigh. And so that all happened, kind of fast. And that's how diabetes, juvenile diabetes, type 1 diabetes shows up. It's like typically it's an autoimmune disease, and so typically it's triggered by some illness where the immune system, for whatever reason, shuts down the pancreas's ability to produce insulin. And so when she was in the hospital, I think 4 or 5 days, and they had to, really gradually get her glucose levels back down. Ketoacidosis is what that's called. And then we had sort of the long game of figuring out pinpricks and testing and figuring out how much insulin, how many units in the Novolog or the Humalog insulin pen, depending on what the level of what the carbohydrates levels were going to be that she was going to take in the next meal. So it's no joke. I mean, she can go high really easily, and she can go to a dangerously low level where if she doesn't have any glucose in her system, then bad things can happen. So anyway, appreciate your donations. And just in terms of training, I'll talk more about that in future videos. I've run about 600 miles, a little over 600 miles so far this year through the first 6 months of the year. I'm aiming for 30 to 35 to 40 miles a week through the marathon. And so I'll have more on what I'm doing for training. Today's run, 5 miles up Crittenden Hill, and So that's about a 300-foot rise up that hill over the course of, I don't know, 3/4 of a mile. So it's a pretty good steep hill. Trying to do some strength work and get my fitness level up, as well as doing the long runs. So I'm doing some speed work, I'm doing some strength work, but that'll pick up over time, and I'll continue to update folks. So again, thank you so much for your help getting me to this dream of running the New York City Marathon and supporting the Juvenile Diabetes Research Foundation as we look for a cure for type 1 diabetes. Thanks.